one hand. He came in the corner at the 6th round and said, my hand is hurting. If you look at the tape, I said, man, I don't want to hear that. Fight through it.
That look like a submission. You hear me? Let me get this.
Check this out.
Let me get this.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Tank don't with Coach Cal.
Talk about the chick.
When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like they here. Whoop, excuse me. Out of here now.
During the highly anticipated Lamont-Roach fight, tensions escalated to a breaking point when Coach Calvin Ford erupted over Gervon Davis's on-air arguing. Known for his calm and disciplined demeanor, Ford's unexpected outburst sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Fans and analysts were left scrambling to make sense of the heated exchange, as the incident became a major talking point in the aftermath of the fight.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about, Tank don't Coach Calvin. You can see it. Look, check it out.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost it.
For years, Calvin Ford has been synonymous with Gervon Davis's rise in boxing. Their partnership, bolstered by the guidance of longtime associate Kenny Ellis, became the cornerstone of Davis's training regime. Their bond was often likened to legendary boxer-trainer relationships, representing a blend of technical expertise and deep personal loyalty. When an unexpected argument erupted during the Roach fight, it wasn't merely a tactical disagreement, it was a personal matter that struck at the core of their long-standing connection.
Now it seemed like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank go over here, he go to this and watch this he do. He gonna lift his jacket up and like, our conversation is a secret, I don't want him to hear it. Type. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't with each other? Like, what? And he brush him off again, like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
According to multiple sources and leaked audio clips circulating on social media, the incident unfolded during the intense atmosphere of the fight. As Davis appeared to vent or question decisions mid-action, Ford lost his composure. His reaction was unfiltered, a mix of disbelief and frustration as he admonished Davis for what he perceived as a lapse in focus and discipline. While the exact words exchanged have sparked widespread discussion, the consensus is that Ford's remarks were stern, reflecting his unwavering belief that a champion must maintain emotional control, even in the heat of battle.
How he telling the person that taught him how to box who he should be listening to? Tank done lost it. The money, all that went to his head. Twitter done went to his head. He lost it. He's gone, bro. I'm telling you.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Clips of Calvin Ford's outburst have gone viral, dividing fans between those who applaud his no-nonsense approach and others who sympathize with the immense pressure Gervon Davis faces in high-stakes bouts. Analysts argue that such moments, though controversial, highlight the raw intensity of the sport. Some view it as a necessary wake-up call, while others worry it could disrupt the harmony within Davis's corner. In follow-up interviews, Ford clarified that his absence from Davis's corner during the Roach fight was not a permanent split. Instead, he hinted at a temporary shift in roles, emphasizing that the core training structure remains unchanged, and that Davis is still part of his broader family. 6 weeks before the Lamont-Roach fight, Davis had said, "I got Calvin tattooed on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Calvin is Pops. He ain't going anywhere." However, to the surprise of many, Ford was not in Davis's corner this time, and the 30-year-old may have paid the price with the first non-victory of his career. While Davis expected Ford to be there on March 1st, the seasoned coach had his own reasons for stepping away. For years, fans had grown accustomed to the iconic duo of Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, a partnership as legendary as Mike Tyson and Cuss, D'Amato, or more recently, Canelo and Eddie Reynoso. The trio of Gervon Davis, Calvin Ford, and Kenny Ellis became a fixture in the boxing world a Bond fans relied on. So, when Barry Hunter stepped into Davis's corner, it wasn't the sight fans expected or wanted. What prompted the shakeup remains a mystery, but in a conversation with Fight Hub TV, Ford offered some insight. Davis headlined his second PBC Amazon Prime Video PPV event, and beyond the main attraction, the Barclays Center hosted a stacked lineup of electrifying bouts, including the thrilling light welterweight title showdowns. Ford stated, "I'm still part of it, just from a different perspective, like many others." Ford was eager to witness an intense showdown and see how Davis's training would manifest in the ring, with Davis hailing from Baltimore and Roach representing DC. Ford recalled their frequent sparring sessions at the gym. He admired Roach's relentless work ethic and saw the fight as a major opportunity for Davis. Ford downplayed the narrative surrounding their separation, saying, "We ain't change up anything." He emphasized that he had only stepped back temporarily and the foundation of their training remained intact. The reporter clarified that there was no suggestion of a rift or fallout between Ford and Davis. Instead, the question was whether the brief separation had strengthened their bond. Much like how time apart can deepen appreciation between family members, Ford explained, "He came to see me, dead slow down and worrying about you because, boom, he knows that I spend time with my amateurs. You know me, both of y'all know me very well. I spend time with my amateurs all the time. That's my piece." Although Ford wasn't personally overseeing Davis's training, knowing his whereabouts and that he was actively working gave him a sense of reassurance. The time apart seemed to deepen their appreciation for each other. When Ford stepped back into the gym, he could see in Davis's eyes that he had been missed just as much as he had missed Davis. Barry Hunter also offered reassurance, stating, "Calvin will be there. Coach Barry will be there. Coach Boogie will be there. And Kenny will be there as well." While Ford and Ellis weren't in Davis's corner this time, Hunter emphasized that Davis still had the support of other coaches. He downplayed the significance of the change, pointing out that adjustments to Davis's corner had been made before. Hunter, who has been connected to Davis since his early amateur days, reinforced that the team is like family. He also criticized the internet as a breeding ground for misinformation, urging people not to jump to conclusions without understanding the full picture. Supporters can take comfort in the fact that this appears to be a temporary change, with the possibility of returning to the previous structure when Davis fights again in a few months. However, this explosive episode serves as a reminder that even the most successful teams are not immune to internal friction. For Davis, the incident could prompt a period of introspection, ensuring that passion doesn't spill over into the ring in a way that compromises performance. For Ford, it's an opportunity to reassert his authority and commitment to the discipline that has driven his fighter's success. In the high-stakes world of professional boxing, moments like these are as unpredictable as they are inevitable. Ford's fiery response isn't just about a single incident. It underscores the razor-thin margins that separate victory from defeat. Whether this will lead to long-term changes in Davis's approach or simply remain a blip in an otherwise storied career remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, the pause.
Roger never got trainer of the year when Floyd was fighter of the year.
Yeah.
His dad never got trainer of the year. So, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
Yeah.
During the fight with Lamont Roach, Gervon Davis took a knee, but the referee did not rule it a knockdown, allowing Davis to use a towel to wipe his eyes. The bout ended in a majority draw, with two judges scoring it 114-114 and the third narrowly, favoring Davis at 115-113. However, a single knockdown by Roach could have tipped the scales in his favor, potentially securing him the victory if everything else had remained the same. The commission relied on the referees and ring judgment, citing a technical issue that prevented the use of instant replay within the usual allotted time for review. Davis claimed he took a voluntary knee because oil from his hair was dripping into his eyes. While the commission did not mention the possibility of overturning the outcome, it stated that it would work to ensure technical issues do not hinder the delivery of ringside instant replay fees to officials in the future. Davis retained his WBA lightweight title after the hard-fought draw, but the result immediately sparked calls for a rematch against Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion who had defied expectations from the opening bell. Roach's representatives have since issued a legal notice to the New York State Athletic Commission NYSAC, demanding that the majority draw be overturned. They argue that a knockdown should have been acknowledged and that Davis risked disqualification when his trainer, Calvin Ford, stepped onto the ring apron to wipe something from Davis's face moments after he took a knee. Roach's attorney, Greg Smith, formally petitioned the NYSAC, urging them to declare Roach the rightful winner. Part of the letter read, the sequence of acts taken by Mr. Davis turning away from the action, mid-round, walking to his corner, and partially exiting the ring was a clear indication that he had retired or quit the match. It further stated, Mr. Roach is confident that the commission will agree with the millions who have seen the fight and determine that Mr. Roach is the true winner of the bout, either via TKO due to Mr. Davis removing himself from the bout, or being disqualified for carrying an illegal irritant into the ring, or via decision after scores have been adjusted to reflect the knockdown. The ring confirmed that WBA President Gilberto Mendoza intends to push for a rematch between Davis and Roach. Both fighters have already expressed their eagerness for a second showdown on social media, signaling their readiness to settle the score. Meanwhile, Davis's team has reportedly contacted Top Rank to explore the possibility of a fight with Vasily Lomachenko later this year. However, Davis's rivalry with Roach remains unresolved, and all signs point to a lucrative rematch taking precedence over any other developments. The controversy surrounding the fight's outcome has only intensified the demand for a decisive conclusion between the two fighters.
You know something funny? When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh here it go. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay. We gonna run it back.
The allegations surrounding the fight are far from the end of the story. The letter from Roach's legal team highlights that Calvin Ford, Davis's trainer, violated rules by wiping Davis's face and action that could have led to disqualification. Roach's attorney argues that if referee Steve Willis had not waved off the knockdown, Roach would have secured victory by decision. Whether this argument will persuade the New York State Athletic Commission NYSAC to overturn the fight's outcome remains uncertain. Both fighters have expressed interest in a rematch, but the timing is still up in the air. The bigger question, however, is what others in the boxing world are saying about Davis's knee. Davis and George Kambosos Jr. have exchanged heated words on social media, making it clear there's no love lost between them. When Davis's fight ended in controversy, Kambosos didn't hesitate to weigh in. Ouch. There goes the perfect record. That was a knockdown that ultimately made the difference, Kambosos stated, clarifying that, in his opinion, the knee should have been ruled a knockdown and significantly impacted the fight's outcome. He added, the dwarf had to go at me. From my losses to Haney and Loma, time to look at yourself, wanky tanky. Great work, Roach, respect, Tanky, the jig is up. It seems Davis can't catch a break, and if the appeal changes the result, his career could face a serious setback. The decision has sparked outrage across the boxing world, with fans and analysts voicing strong opposition to the referee's call, fueling a wave of controversy. The backlash has been so intense that the NYSAC is now re-examining the ruling. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach appears unfazed, confident that the final verdict will swing in his favor. On Monday, Roach took to social media to share an update on the NYSAC's ongoing investigation. While he is eager for a rematch to reclaim his honor, he's also open to an official review that can not only refine his record, but also deliver the justice he believes he deserves. His tone suggests he's certain the outcome will favor him. He wrote, "We're round the block. Y'all favorite fight finally 31, not 301. Claiming insider sources have told him the NYSAC review might rule in his favor if the fight result is overturned. It could hand Gervonta Davis his first professional loss since his debut over a decade ago. For Roach, the implications are significant. Having already secured the WBA super featherweight title in 2023, a reversal by the NYSAC would also place Davis's WBA lightweight belt in his hands. Such a milestone would catapult Roach to stardom, cementing him as the only fighter to have ever defeated the Maryland native. However, the NYSAC has disclosed that a technical issue prevented them from reviewing the 9th round incident. A spokesperson stated during the round in question, following the commission's request for the replay video, there was a technical issue preventing the commission from receiving it within the allotted time for review. This glitch forced the commission to rely on the referees and ring decision, allowing the fight to continue. Had the replay been available, the outcome might have shifted against Davis, potentially marking a loss on his record. Instead, it was Roach who was denied his moment of victory. Roach is likely counting on the NYSAC to obtain the necessary footage and reevaluate the situation. Meanwhile, the fallout from the March 1st bout has taken a disastrous turn for Davis. Not only has it dented his reputation as a dominant force, but it has also cast a shadow over his legacy. The controversy has reignited debates about fairness in boxing and the importance of clear, consistent officiating, as the boxing world waits for the NYSAC's final decision. One thing is certain, the drama surrounding this fight has only added to the sport's unpredictable and riveting nature.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Meanwhile, Dan Raphael of Fight Freaks Unite revealed on Tuesday that Greg Smith, the legal representative for Lamont Roach Jr., has formally petitioned New York State Athletic Commission NYSAC Executive Director Matt Delalio in a 4-page letter. Smith urged the NYSAC to overturn the majority draw and award Roach Jr. the victory. The NYSAC has acknowledged the controversy, stating that it is actively reviewing referee Steve Willis's contentious 9th round call. According to the commission, technical difficulties prevented an immediate reassessment of the decision, adding, fuel to the ongoing debate. Adding to the storm of reactions, Claressa Shields, who has had a less than amicable history with Gervonta Davis, voiced her belief that the outcome might have unfolded differently. Shields was responding to a user's question, in your opinion, was the fight judged correctly? Interestingly, this came after Shields defended Davis from accusations that he is overpriced. While she acknowledged that Davis had a difficult night against Roach, she attributed it to an off night rather than evidence that he isn't a top-tier fighter. Shields hypothesized that Davis's performance might have been influenced by external factors, such as his argument with his corner and the oil in his hair. The arguing with the corner and grease in his hair didn't help, said the two-time Olympic gold medalist. Despite the controversy, Shields maintained that Davis remains a formidable and highly skilled competitor. However, given the judges' scores and the pivotal 9th round incident, she believes Roach deserved the victory. If one judge had tanked 115 to 113 and the others had it even at 114 to 114, I believe Roach won the fight because that knee he took was 100% a knockdown, she said, while admitting it was a razor-close battle. Interestingly, Shaka Stevenson, a boxer who has been challenging Davis for a match, asserted that the result played out exactly as he had expected. After the fight, the WBC lightweight champion took to X, formerly Twitter, to reveal, I made at least 20,000 tonight on Lamont. When asked who he thought won the fight, Stevenson told Fight Hub TV Lamont, we're going to see if the tank fight happens for him. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this. I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how I thought the fight was going to go, and the fight went exactly how I said. Stevenson wasn't alone in his assessment. Terrence Crawford, another rival of Davis, also made his position clear. The multi-division champion contended that Roach won, and that the knee should have been ruled a knockdown. Let's see what happens, Crawford said, echoing the sentiment that Roach was robbed. He even referenced a well-known moment from Floyd Mayweather's career, when Mayweather touched the canvas in 2001 due to an injured hand, prompting a mandatory knockdown count. Crawford argued that Davis's knee should have been treated similarly. Floyd, Mayweather's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, also weighed in on the controversy. On the asterisk Mayweather channel asterisk, Jeff expressed his dissatisfaction with how the fight was handled. Asterisk, if you go by the rules of boxing, it was a knockdown. That's what they're doing their boxing, so yeah, it's supposed to count as a knockdown, asterisk, he said. While Jeff acknowledged that Roach's strike wasn't powerful enough to render Davis unconscious, he emphasized that Davis's voluntary knee should have been penalized. Asterisk, one thing in boxing is that there are shots that people get hit with, and then it's a delayed reaction. I wouldn't say that because I don't think the punch was that big. It wasn't a knockout punch or anything like that. But still, when you take the consideration of doing that on your own, you're supposed to be penalized for it. Asterisk, Jeff also criticized referee Steve Willis for his handling of the situation, pointing out that Willis started an 8 count, but stopped midway and allowed Davis's corner to assist him without permission. Asterisk, there were a few things that were pretty bad in that fight, asterisk, Jeff stated, expressing his disappointment in the officiating. Since the bout, referee Steve Willis has faced intense scrutiny. Even Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan took a swipe at the New York official. Though Jeff Mayweather noted that Willis is human and may have gotten caught up in the moment, asterisk, you've got to make him accountable for both of those situations because that's his job. Asterisk, Jeff clarified. His criticism is echoed by many in the boxing world. Claressa Shields tweeted, asterisk, how much they paying the ref? This is crazy, asterisk. Ryan Garcia also expressed his frustration on X, writing, asterisk, Lamont won that. Not calling that knockdown is the wildest thing I've ever seen in boxing. That type of stuff makes boxing look bad. Meanwhile, Davis maintains that victory was unjustly stripped from him, suggesting he was the rightful winner. An deleted post on